How do we start this?
Hi, Yappers.
We're back.
Hello.
Hey guys, long time no see.
I forgot what our intro was.
Well, that's why we
Hey,
have the
Yappers.
recorded one.
Welcome back. It's Yapaholics Anonymous.
And I've always said that.
Amen. Nothing really big has happened since the last time we talked at all.
And it's also barely been any time since we talked at all.
It's
in
why
addition as well.
We're gonna sit in silence and possibly discuss politics this whole podcast.
Oh, I have lots of political thoughts to share.
Okay, maybe that struck too close. Hello, and welcome to the Yapaholics Anonymous podcast. I'm your co-host, Andrew.
And I'm your co-host, Reagan. Pull up a chair, grab a snack, and let the yapping commence. Anyway, we're back.
We're back.
But also, if I ever say the words, we're so back, I'm lying. I've lied every time.
We're so Barack. It's Jover. No? Not a big fan?
No.
Should we just get right into our song of the week?
Please.
Okay. Do you want to go or should I?
Well, you were really excited about it.
I was excited. So, my song of the week is Bad Romance by Lady
That's
Gaga.
so funny.
Because
And why is that?
I just really spiritually felt it this week. It's not like I'm connecting to the lyrics. When I say spiritually felt it, I meant like I listened to it earlier this week and it like empowered me, I guess. And just like a real audio spiritual sense, I would have to say. It empowered me. So that's my song of the week. I'm bringing it back. Never should have left, but now it's never gonna leave. So pretty excited about that. The Gaga-sance is so on.
So on.
Yeah.
It's almost as if it's 2009 again.
Exactly. Someone's got to warn somebody about COVID.
Well, I saw last night on the Twitter that there's been tuberculosis cases in Montana. And I said,
you mean X?
no.
This is already a tangent. I was at work but 30 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking about different snacks I liked as a kid. And for the longest time, I've been telling people about this green apple ice cream bar that was so good. And I couldn't find it. No matter how much I looked up, no matter what words I used to look it up, I couldn't find any trace of it. And so I told my coworker this, and she looked it up, and she found it. It was a Baby Bell green apple bar. It looked exactly like I remembered. Neon green. 2 shades of neon green. And I was like, oh my God, there it is. It's like, it's all coming back to me now. And then she kept on looking into it. And it turns out that the reason I hadn't seen it in so long is because that specific bar got discontinued and recalled because it sent 5 people to the hospital in Kansas in 2015 when I would have been eating those bars. It sent 5 people to the hospital with listeria. So, and 3 of those people died. So I'm like, that could have been me. But that being said, would I give it all back just to have another one of those bars? Almost certainly. Because you got to think about the numbers there. Those were in school cafeterias. And those are like thousands of those green sour apple bars going to children a month. Out of those, however long, because it didn't come out in 2015. It probably came out in like 2008 or something. So you got 7 years. You got thousands of children eating the bars every month in like dozens of schools at least. And only 5 people caught listeria and only 3 of those people died. I will take those odds. It's like microscopic. It's like, if I'm worried about that, I'm worried about going outside and getting struck by lightning. And that's just not how I want to live. So, there's my tangent.
So bring back the bars.
So bring back the bars. This is
now
we're hashtag bring back the bars and bring back Gaga while you're doing it. It's so 2009 again. This is it. This is a 2009 Renaissance. So that was my tangent. That was my song of the week. Reagan, go.
Okay, I'm also finding it really funny that you said you weren't connecting to the lyrics of Bad Romance. You mean to tell me you're not connecting with the lyrics of Gaga Ooh La La?
Gaga. What you about romance? What else is there? What can I find really comfort in? I want your loving. I want your revenge. You and me, we're in a bad
That's not the
romance.
word.
We're about to catch a copyright.
True.
Yeah,
Have you ever heard the Glee Cast version of that song?
okay, no, here we go.
Okay, anyway, while you look at this.
So, hold on. I want to. Oh. And it will go on for quite a bit, so I'll just go ahead and read ahead. Rah, rah, real mama, gaga, ooh la la, want your bad romance, etc., etc. I want your drama, the touch of your hand. I want your leather-studded kiss in the sand. I don't quite understand what that can mean. Out of all the things to stud, a kiss does not strike me as possibly the top of that list. Okay. You know that I want you. You know that I need you. I want it bad. You bad romance. Okay. It sounds like perhaps this might be like, oh my goodness. I want your horror. I want your design because you're a criminal as long as you're mine. Gaga. I want your psycho, your vertigo shtick. I want you in my rear window, baby. You're sick.
Do you think she's talking
I
about...
am not manifesting this song at all, actually.
I actually think she was manifesting Luigi.
You know what
When
I
she wrote
always
that
think
song.
about in moments like these? It was like this one study that's probably definitely bogus, where it's like when men listen to music, they like focus on the beat, and when women listen to music, they only hear, then not only, but they primarily focus on the lyrics. That is the first time Bad Romance is processed on that level for me. So, but I will not walk back a single comment I made. Just like really, like conceptually, it was there for me. So,
Have you ever heard the Glee Cast version of that song?
no,
It's really good.
you could say that about any song I mention, and I wouldn't even question that there's a Glee version. You could be gaslighting me so hard, I wouldn't even. I'd be
It's
like, okay.
actually really good. They have a whole Gaga episode in the first season.
So what's your song of the week, Reagan?
My song of the week? I feel like we switched bodies in the sense that my song of the week is the song Triple X by Kendrick Lamar.
That's okay.
I don't have anything else to
You
say
don't
about
have anything,
that.
period.
I think it's one of my favorite songs of all time.
Mm.
I actually really, 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 really like that song. And well, here's the situation, Andrew Howard, is I was really struck last week to create a playlist in which I titled Unleashing My Inner Frat Boy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just rap songs that I personally
Well, you must be
enjoy.
really excited because this is both your interests. In this Sunday, when Kendrick Lamar is performing at the Super Bowl, and I actually got a forward of the script when Taylor Swift comes down from the rafters. Like
Lady Gaga.
Like Lady Gaga did. Full circle, by the way. And they join each other in a duet of, I don't know, We Cry Together. That's the only song I can think of that Kendrick Lamar does a duet in. No.
Or Bad Blood by Taylor Swift
What about-
featuring Kendrick Lamar.
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Did you know that they have a song together?
In gold. All the lights are... All the
Oh,
lights...
you mean All the Stars featuring
All the
SZA?
Stars featuring
who
SZA. She could be SZA.
SZA's also going to be performing with Kendrick Lamar?
Yeah, but like...
confirmed?
That could be... Is it confirmed?
I'm pretty
That's
sure.
Crazy. They have a song together?
Taylor Swift and Kendrick Lamar?
They do?
Where were you in 2015?
I was in 2009 listening to Lady Gaga.
You were in Kansas eating...
I was dying to listeria.
They have a song together.
Should we get on to obsessions?
Yeah, I would love to.
Okay, I'll start. Well, it's better that I start because I think Reagan has at least 3.
Not really.
Okay, we'll see.
I've been switching my tune.
So my obsession recently is Severance, the Apple TV show. I've been telling almost everybody I can about this show, and to my utter dismay, nobody has watched it, which I get. It's on Apple TV. I'm just so lucky as to have my parents who have Apple TV through Amazon Prime. But it is actually like the best TV show I've watched in years, and they just released a new episode yesterday, and that new episode was the best episode so far, and I've been yelling to the wind. I forced my sister to watch it. She's watching it with her boyfriend now. And I've been telling people to watch it. Everybody I can, I've been saying, watch Severance, because I just want someone to talk about it with. Nobody has watched it. And so I'm so crazy. It's Ben Stiller directing.
Okay.
Adam Sky.
I do know him.
And those are the only names that are immediately... No, John Turturro.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, man. That's Carmine Falcone from the new Batman movies?
Haven't seen it.
Okay. So this is my cry out to the world to watch this show because it's incredible.
I do.
And so I can finally talk about it with people.
I do possess an Apple TV Plus subscription.
You need to watch it.
We'll see.
Need to watch it.
We'll see.
Okay.
My obsession is also a TV show entitled School Spirits on Paramount Plus.
Haven't heard of it.
I can't stop thinking about it. I don't feel the need to set up the premise of the show as I usually would. One of my boyfriends is in it because, of course, that's the only reason I watched it. But it's like a paranormal mixed with a murder mystery, and that's everything you need in a show, I think.
If you like mystery shows,
I think I would like Severance if I watched it.
You could watch Severance.
You could watch School Spirits on Paramount Plus.
I don't think I will.
Why not?
I don't own a Paramount Plus subscription.
Reagan Williams does.
My team, your team.
My team, your team.
Contact.
Via Hala.
Yeah. Harold is our liaison. We actually don't speak face to face with each other.
This is the only time we've ever spoken.
Yeah. So that's really an interesting wrinkle.
Yeah. Speaking of Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
An obsession that I had previously. I'm over it now. Kind of. And it's something that we actually saw for the first time together in a movie theater via November.
Gladiator 2?
Gladiator 2! So that's on Paramount Plus in addition as well, so I have already seen it. Again.
Okay, question.
Yes?
Take the 3 hottest men in that movie, according to Reagan Williams.
But who do you think I think are the 3 hottest men in that movie?
I think it's...
Number 1?
Number 1. Is it Paul Mescal?
Mescal, yes.
Mescal. It is Joseph Quinn.
Yes.
And it is the third guy who I'm forgetting. Yeah.
The largest man on the
It's
business
Pedro
board.
Pascal, that's right. So you take those 3 guys. First of all, the Denzel Washington slander.
I have never slandered Denzel Washington.
Second of all, take those 3 men and let's just, for the sake of simplicity, say that they're now all 3 played by Will Ferrell.
Okay.
Is this movie even a blip on Reagan's radar?
I think so.
Yeah? You think
What
so?
you don't know about me is I love the Roman Empire.
Yeah, it's your Roman Empire, some might say.
Well, some may say, because here's the situation. I used to be a history education major.
Reagan lore?
Yeah, and I am currently a history minor.
Mm.
So, I freaking love history.
Mm.
And I like that movie. And it
You know
just
the
so
thing about
happens that I get to see Paul Mescal's bulging biceps throughout most of the movie.
You know the thing about history?
You were about to say.
If you don't know it,
Hmm?
if you don't know history, doomed to repeat itself.
I do know that.
Like 2009. It's doomed to repeat itself.
So, if we brought 2009 back, does that mean we get to,
Yeah, what's good about 2009 that we want back?
Barack Obama?
Uh-huh.
And we get to have a wine night with Barack Obama.
Why not Barack Obama? What else do we have out here?
2009, Nebraska didn't suck at football completely.
Okay, no, that's good.
2009, the world was a simpler place.
I was 5.
That's crazy.
That's pretty good.
I was 7.
Pretty good time to be 5. Pretty good time to be a 5. Like a pretty good time to be alive. You get it?
Okay.
Okay. What else is going on in 2009?
2009, I mean, Taylor Swift Fearless era. Pretty good time to live through.
Okay, we're not going to go there, actually.
Why?
About who else might be releasing music in 2009.
Yeah, let's not.
You
know what? A bad thing happened in 2009?
What's that?
Kanye West.
Oh, I don't know about that.
At the VMA stage.
Was that 2009?
Yes, that was 2009.
How do you feel, Reagan Williams, about Taylor Swift's recent performance at the Grammys?
She did not perform at the Grammys.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't care. I think she was having so much fun in the audience, and
she was standing during Kendrick Lamar's performance, which was...
Kendrick Lamar didn't perform at the Grammys.
No, it was... What was she standing for then? It was...
When she was holding the champagne... When he was acceping the
award
for Record of the Year. Because they are friends, and they have a song together.
I think that's totes adorbs. But I also think. Well, I mean, let's talk about the Grammys then.
I would love to. First of all, Taylor, her outfit on the red carpet, serving C.
You know, Taylor didn't even win anything, so we could probably move on to other people.
That's crazy!
Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us.
Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us, totally deserved. 5, he swept. And I think totally deserved. And also, I think Drake is on Suicide Watch.
Did you see the bullet holes costume with the smoke? No, so it was like a couple days after the Grammys, Drake... You know, this is something that we should bring back that was also very 2009. As you know, when celebrities would, very obviously hire paparazzi to take a picture of them while they're doing something.
They still do that.
Like, they still do, but I feel like it happened more in 2009. Like, that picture of Grimes reading the Communist Manifesto. You know what I'm talking about?
Or, like, there's like, one of, like, Bradley Cooper and Suki Waterhouse, like, reading a book on a blanket in a park.
So, what was my point here? Oh, yeah. So, if the video felt like that, it felt like Drake had gathered up some paparazzi, which I guess Drake doesn't need to do because he's Drake. So, like, people are going to be recording anyways. But,
especially after Kendrick Lamar won 5 Grammys for it. A diss track about him.
He's walking somewhere, like a tunnel or something. I don't know. Maybe he's about to do a performance. And he wore a sweatshirt with a bunch of, like, faux bullet holes in it. And I don't know how he got this to happen, but he had smoke coming out of the back of it. Which is just so corny and so Drake, too.
Yeah, because he just is.
He is just very corny. Not a serious character.
And I don't like him, and I never have.
No, his podcast is very anti-Drake, actually.
Yeah. Because
Anyways.
I've been on the Drake as a pedophile wave for years.
A minor.
And I've always said that.
But I saw that, and I'm like, man, I don't even know if you, like... I don't know if you guys are even, like, communicating on the same level right now between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. It's like... And then to talk to the people that are like, well, Family Matters was actually a pretty good track. And you're like, nah, dude. Kendrick Lamar, like, kind of just, like, dropped, like, 3 bangers back to back to back.
And, like, that's the thing is, Drake is going up against a Pulitzer Prize winning person in Kendrick Lamar. Like, hey, you mean the same Drake who wrote Hotline Bling?
And I know when that.
Hotline Bling.
Yeah.
Can only mean one thing.
Yeah.
And I've always said that.
Drake, let's do some affirmations. 3 good Drake songs.
I like Money in the Grave.
Money in the Grave. When I die, put the money in the grave. How about
What else?
Cups of the Rosa. Bitch, call me on my old phone. Text on and go home.
Sure.
I've been in the club too long.
Let me consult my Unleashing My Inner Frat Boy playlist. What Drake do I have on there?
Good Drake song. He's got some good features.
I mean, hypothetically.
Like She Will with Lil Wayne is a good song.
The song.
I can't really listen to it anymore because just Drake comes up and I'm like.
I like the song Only by Nicki Minaj, even though Chris Brown is on it.
Mm-hmm.
So really, it's Drake, Lil Wayne, and Chris Brown. She's 1 for 3 on features.
Shout out
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne. What else happened at the Grammys? Chappell Roan.
8.
Best New Artist.
Best New Artist, Performance, Pink Pony Club, and it was awesome.
She needs to release Subway.
The fact that you know that exists is actually kind of shocking to me.
What do you mean? That's my jam.
Very esoteric of you.
Yeah, thank you. She needs to release it, though, because I can't keep going to the same YouTube video on my internet browser and being like, I need to listen to Subway. Great song. I might take that over, like, 95% of Drake's catalog.
True. Sabrina Carpenter, Performance, 8. And also she won Best Pop Vocal Album and Best Solo Pop Performance for Espresso. Because of course. And I've been a Sabrina head.
Yeah. A Sabred.
Okay. Do we want to bring up the Cowboy Carter of it all?
I haven't even listened to the album.
So here's my thing. I did finally listen to it today, over a year, or close to a year after it was released. I was listening to it and I go, I need this on vinyl. I actually do
Do you
really
think
like
it
it.
should have won over Chris Stapleton's album?
I haven't listened to any other country album.
I mean, that's fair.
Here's my thing. Do I think it's such a weird thing because, like, do I really think it's that country? Perhaps not.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I do think a lot of the people that are complaining that it's not country just hate it because it's Beyonce.
Yeah, they might have
And she
ulterior
is,
motives.
yeah. And then the same people who use the reason that it wasn't nominated at the CMAs for the reason that it shouldn't have been nominated as a country album at the Grammys. CMAs is a racist organization.
Well, let's
and
talk
I've always
about,
said that.
in the very similar concept, let's talk about how Josh Allen just won NFL MVP while Lamar Jackson was named first team All NFL as quarterback. And now how does that happen? I'm just trying to relate on the same level with you, you know?
Yeah.
I just feel like we're talking about similar concepts here, and this might help to bridge the gap.
Yeah. The sports heads will know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and that's truly just a tragedy, and it goes to show. I mean, and you see exactly where perhaps some of the issue might have come from when they released the AP voters ballots, and all the people that wrote in those ballots were like, this is terrible, but like, why is it terrible? If you're a voter, your opinion should be public when it comes to the NFL. And also, I guess, in politics. You can look up anybody's party affiliation. Anyways,
And Joe Burrow won
comeback player of the year for the second time.
And yeah, not an award you really want to win twice, but
That's what he said.
And trust me, I know, because hey, I see Joe Burrow content, I'm locked in.
Joe Burrow tries too hard.
Joe Burrow is a beautiful man.
No.
Okay.
So how about them Chiefs winning this Sunday?
Do you want? I already know the answer to that question. You do want them to win. Here's my take on it. I actually could care less.
Mm-hmm.
I'm locked in for Taylor Swift to be there, of course, and I'm locked in for Kendrick Lamar and SZA, and I'm locked in for Jalen Hurts.
Well, it's interesting how some people will just sit there and that history pass them by, but I can't judge, and all I can do is listen and try to understand.
The three-peat?
Yeah.
I mean, sure, that'd be cool, but also I don't want to see.
It would be. I guess it would be.
I don't want to see Patrick Mahomes win.
Oh.
And conversely, mostly because I don't want to see Brittany Mahomes win.
They've locked Brittany and Jackson Mahomes in a cage this season, so you actually don't have to worry about that.
Well,
they've been absolutely invisible this entire season.
I've seen her.
Well, that's because was it with Taylor Swift? Because that's like the primary context they've shown her with.
Or her posting stuff on her Instagram story that I think is stupid.
That's easy to avoid, though.
I'm just too locked in to current events, some may say. Are you checking the time to see how much longer we have to be here?
No, I'm getting an idea of how long we've been talking. This is how professionals do it, actually.
Okay. Anyway.
Anywho.
Can we talk about some movies I've seen recently?
Okay, but only if I've seen them.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
You watched it, right?
Yeah, like at finals week, and it's a perfect movie.
It's a perfect movie, 100%.
Huh?
You can speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't you just recently watch Pride and Prejudice?
I did recently watch Pride and Prejudice. Now, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is a better movie, but they're two very different. They're catering to two different audiences.
Mm-hmm.
I told Becca this because I think I was talking to Becca at one of our events because she had seen it, Pride and Prejudice, that is. And I was like, sometimes you just have to like watch a period piece romance, and it is a great movie, you know, kind of like quote unquote forbidden love, just because they're different social standings. Oh my goodness. And it involves one of my not one of my favorite actors, but one of the actors I very much enjoy seeing. Tom from Succession is Mr. Darcy. It's been 2 weeks. It's actually been probably like 3.
It's been forever for me. I've never seen it.
So Tom from Succession, who is already a great actor in Succession, which is also another great TV show, is Mr. Darcy in Pride and Prejudice, and he does a great job. Hashtag bring back the mun chops.
When we have our presidential queen out, you can bring it back.
Now, one thing this is nothing against her, but
Keira Knightley?
Yes.
Oh, you told me this.
She doesn't have the, when does this movie take place? 1890, I don't know, 1870. She doesn't have the old-timey face.
She has iPhone face.
That's not her fault, but she does have iPhone face. And plus, I'm watching this movie, and she's got so I'm not a professional, and I don't claim to be. She's got very aggressive and sharp makeup, it looks like, in that movie. And I guess I can't say anything for certain because I have no experience working in a makeup department.
You have
or
no
anything
skin
like
in the
that.
game.
But there's some scenes that I'm watching her and it looks like a Snapchat filter is on her face. It's like she's serving, and I'm like, okay, go off, but also why do you have why are you serving and it's 1870 and your family is starving unless you marry this rich man? But it was a great movie. Definitely shout out all the yearners out there.
And I love a yearner. But
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is a top 5, maybe 3 movie for me. It's just so great. It is I wonder when it came out. I think it's probably 2003, 2004.
I'm on my Letterboxd
I actually
right
think
now.
it's 2004.
2004.
But it is very early 2000s, mid 2000s, because you can tell it's got the character. I can't remember his name. He's the Hulk.
Jim Carrey.
No. The Hulk is
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo is the embodiment of mid 2000s in that movie.
Oh yeah.
And there's some grossness definitely for sure.
Well, yeah.
But the story is just completely jaw dropping. It's so great. The message is incredible. And I've watched it at least 6 times.
I've watched it at least once.
And I see TikTok edits every now and then, and it makes me want to watch it again.
And there's songs, of course.
The first time, and the song, yes. The first time I watched it with my sister on one of our movie nights, and then I enjoyed it so much, I actually watched it again the night after by myself, because it's just so good, and it's now infected certain parts of my brain. I was listening to a song, I believe it was Clementine by Graham Perez.
I think so.
Or Los Retros, one of those two. And I'm listening to the lyrics. You probably won't even need to look this up because I know this song by heart. But I was listening to the lyrics and I'm like, I think this is just Eternal Sunshine. Because first of all, the song's called Clementine.
That's her name.
That's her name, Clementine. And so let me try to think of some of the lyrics. It was away, but close enough to you, 'cause although I hate you, I could still fall in love, my Clementine.
We're just really going to be hit by a lot of copyright strikes today.
Yeah, as if my voice is close enough to get us a copyright strike. Okay, let me actually look through this, because this is my pins on a bulletin board, red string tying it together theory.
Yeah, I will say you did text or Snapchat. No, it wasn't Snapchat. It was TikTok. And you said, tell me if I belong in a ward for this. But I think this song is just Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah, so, no, but listen to this. Okay.
I have.
The remnants of a love, like ancient stories told from another time, eternally painted on my mind. Am I crazy? Or is that...
That's just the movie.
Okay. Color it gray until I forget you, like I never met you, my dearest Clementine. Forgetting Clementine. I'm like, come on here.
Have you seen the movie?
Because although I hate you, I would still fall in love, my Clementine.
And once again,
one of the themes.
And I'm onto something.
And if you're fading, then honey, I'll be fading too.
So true.
She fades him from her memory first. No, that's just the start of the movie. And then he goes, you came in a dream, you touched the depths of my mind. I'm like, this is just Eternal Sun. I don't know. Viewers, chip in. This will reach an audience of 0 who both A, know what I'm talking about in Eternal Sunshine, B, know what I'm talking about in the song Clementine, and C, will actually respond. That Venn diagram has no overlap on any of those parts. A, B, or C, there's not a single line crossed for any of those.
Yeah.
This is just my
Kinsey,
own.
maybe.
This is my own special brand of delusion, but I am not delusional because I'm just prophetic, and I think a lot of people who are delusional don't understand that they're actually just prophetic, and that's the message of today's episode. Thank you.
I'm not delusional. I'm a prophet.
Yeah.
The gods have spoken! I love Gladiator too. No, and then I said that there's 2 songs by Halsey, because I'm a Halsey apologist. I love Halsey. And she has a song, and it literally is just Kate Winslet from Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Kate Winslet.
Yeah. And it's literally just an audio. And then
She's
she also...
esoteric in that movie.
Yeah. And then Halsey also has a song called Clementine on the album. Another movie I watched recently.
I think Grant Perez and Halsey should collab.
Another movie I watched recently, because it is my floor theme, of course, Mamma Mia.
Mm-hmm. Here we go again.
I did watch both of them.
Mm-hmm.
My thing about the first Mamma Mia, and I think it's great, this was my review on Letterboxd that I feel everyone needs to hear. You know the plot of Mamma Mia, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And also, of course, and of course you also know that the cast has said that when they were shooting this movie, they were just drunk on an island in Greece.
That sounds like an ideal filming experience, actually.
And so I said in my review, I think I need to recreate this. And by recreate, I mean me and 3 of my celebrity crushes, perhaps more, get drunk on a Greek island and sing ABBA. But no accidental pregnancy trope.
Well, you can't have your cake and eat it too, Megan.
But I can.
I don't know about
Well, I
that.
legally can't get pregnant, so.
Legally?
Legally.
Okay. I'm so happy
I watched
that's
Get
true
Out.
for you.
I watched Get Out for the first time over Christmas break.
I haven't seen it.
I hate white people. Is my
Okay.
response to that movie.
What other movies?
Oh, I
have you
watched
seen?
Kraven the Hunter.
Haven't seen it.
It was so goddamn awful.
Mm-hmm.
The only good part about it, 1, Aaron Taylor Johnson's abs, but you don't even see that much of him. So who even freaking cares?
Okay.
Number 2, Fred Heckinger,
Okay.
because he's bewitched me.
Bewitched. Haven't seen that movie.
I also watched After Sun, because I have watched pretty much every movie in Paul Mescal's filmography at this moment in time. And even with that, my professor didn't even know who he was yesterday. Dr. John Radke. My soul sister.
Uh-huh.
Whatever.
Do we have another topic on that whole list of yours?
Well, I have all 4 of my reviews for Gladiator 2. I reviewed it every single time I watched it. Number 1, first time I watched it, I said, this is my Roman Empire. And I said, Paul Mescal and Joseph Quinn look-alike contest in my room. Makeup required for all Joseph Quinn participants. Because I'm a big fan of the smoky eye. Then I watched it again. Because here's a fun fact about Gladiator 2, is Hal and I went and saw it 3 times in theaters. We saw it 3 times in the movie theater in Kearney, Nebraska.
I did. I know. I remember that.
And each time we went back, we quoted it to ourselves.
Hal, you know you can speak.
Yeah.
This is a note for me.
Oh, okay. The second time I watched it, my review of the movie, Paul Mescal should have had his shirt off the entire movie. Because he should have.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He should have. And the third time I watched it, everyone thinks I'm seeing this so often for Paul, Pedro, and those ginger freaks, because I do love them. Those people are wrong. I've seen this in theaters 3 times because I love Denzel Washington's lack of an accent in this movie where everyone else has an accent. I think that's hilarious.
I haven't watched a movie in theaters since winter break. I'm trying to remember what I watched. What was out over winter break? I watched Nosferatu.
I watched Nosferatu! Did you hate it?
That is a movie for uriners. No, that's a good movie.
I also really liked it.
Willem Dafoe in that movie is great.
Yeah, he's awesome. The 4th time I watched Gladiator 2, I said my obsession with this movie needs to be studied in a lab.
Yeah.
No, my review of Nosferatu on Letterboxd is a quote that my friend Edith, my freak of a coworker, said to me as we were watching it. She leaned over and she goes, "Take a shot every time someone says the word come."
Do they?
Because they just always go, "He's coming."
Okay, well, I don't know. I feel like that might just be a regular word in the human language.
It was just funny at the
human
moment.
language.
It was just funny at the moment.
Sorry, I shouldn't.
You weren't there. You wouldn't even
Okay.
freaking get it.
What else is that over winter break?
I watched Mufasa.
Didn't see it.
I watched Kraven the Hunter. I need to see Baby Girl because I love Harris Dickinson. Put me in a room with him. I'm trying to see something.
Yeah.
Is all I have to say about that.
Okay.
Have you seen The Iron Claw?
Yes, of course I have.
Harris Dickinson is in The Iron Claw.
I saw that in theaters when it released.
I watched it over on Christmas with my family.
Great movie.
It's a great movie. Zac Efron did not get his flowers he deserved
It's
for
the
that
Zac
movie.
Efron-essence.
I love Zac Efron. And also Jeremy Allen White in that movie. The wig's doing something.
I don't like how...
And also Harris Dickinson in that movie.
I don't like
The
how
wig's
crazy...
doing something.
I don't like how crazy yoked they get.
Well,
I don't know.
yeah, my mom hated it because her favorite version of Zac Efron is, of course, High School Musical. Which I would argue, my favorite version of Zac Efron is High School Musical 3, senior year. That's when he hit his peak. I would argue. Anyway, and she did send me a Photoshop version of Zac Efron that she found on the internet of him in the Iron Claw as the Hulk. So, that was upsetting.
Shout out.
Shout out Mark Ruffalo.
I feel like you definitely have to discuss Wicked.
Wicked. Hey, Andrew hasn't seen it.
I know very much of it, though.
Wicked was great. I was a fan. I saw it 2 times, actually. I saw it with Kinsey Durr first. And
we should talk
Jonathan
about...
Bailey singing Dancing Through Life monumentally changed me as a woman.
We should talk
and
about...
you wanted to learn the choreography, and we never did. And we need to.
We should talk about... did I want to learn the
yes,
choreography?
you did.
No.
Yeah, you did.
Did I say I appreciated the choreography?
No, you said you wanted to learn it.
Oh, I think you might be projecting.
No, you're lying because you know that no one can prove you wrong.
Yep, and I've always said that.
That's stolen dollar.
We should talk about, this is forever ago, about Ben Shapiro talking about
No,
Wicked.
I don't want to talk about Ben Shapiro.
Oh, man. I think he found his calling, and it's not being a hateful, media
Incel?
personality, and instead being a theater reviewer.
Specifically of musical theater.
Musical theater, yeah.
I would also say he needs to leave the internet forever. And perhaps even Earth.
Oh, now we can't be getting sued. That can't be happening.
I'm just kidding.
I
have something else to say, but I forgot what it was. Back to the Grammys.
Okay.
Why did Benson Boone grab his crotch like that?
Yeah, I don't know. That was the one moment you couldn't need there, because that's the one moment all the cameras are going to be
and
on
also,
you. Right when he finished up, right?
How are you feeling about the Benson Boone Harry Styles comparisons, Andrew Howard?
Man, I don't really care much for either of those men.
Shut up!
But I especially don't care for Benson Boone because he's
you.
AI generated and just popped up last week.
Yeah, and also I'll say this once and I mean it forever. I'm not a Boone head. Okay?
You're not a Booner?
I'm not a Booner. Okay? First of all, why does he look like that?
Second
Second of all, and this is not anything
I think
against
visually he's closer to Harry Styles than you might want to admit.
him. No.
Okay.
He looks inbred.
Shout out Harry Styles.
He doesn't actually,
when
but
he wore the suspenders with no shirt and those.
Oh, the pink biker shorts, Pilgrim Harry.
Whack shorts.
Yeah, I have a poster of that.
Yeah, so we're
I don't
all
hang
for,
it on that side. I hang it on the side where he's naked but covering up all his goods.
We're all for that, but not for Benson Boone wearing a sequined blue.
Because Benson Boone's jumpsuit looks way worse than Harry Styles' jumpsuits ever have. And also, Benson Boone is a stupid name. That's two dog names put together for a human name.
I think Twitter said he was Mormon or something.
He is. And I would never hold that against him because I love my Mormon brothers and sisters.
I didn't know, I feel like some part of being that
Mormon.
big as a performer has to go against the tenets of Mormonism.
I have no clue.
I don't know enough about being Mormon to know where, but I just feel like that doesn't quite.
Well, but I don't.
God.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's active in the church though. You know who else was a Mormon?
Well, then it's Stolen Valor.
The lead singer of Imagine Dragons. He's so hot.
No, but he does the whole singer thing in a Mormon way.
That's true.
Yeah.
With his shirt off?
Well, but he's also left the church because of the church's stance on gay people. So there's that. I love you, Dan Reynolds. Fun fact: my freak of a coworker Edith met him when he was on his mission because he served his mission in Nebraska.
Wow.
Shout
I
out
feel like that's a kind of
shout out my freak of a coworker Edith.
crazy place to serve a mission.
Yeah, why would you? Anyway,
Nebraska.
I don't want to discuss.
That's almost home base. We have Mormons everywhere here.
Yeah. And I've always said that.
Uh-huh. And I always said that.
Not me.
I almost bought tickets to the Tyler Creator concert, but I'm broke. We could talk about my donating. Do you think that's fun?
Yeah, can I talk about a ticket that I bought recently?
Uh-huh.
Hal and I are going to see Jake Shane in July.
Did you see Caleb Huron was at...
Heron.
Was at UNL?
So, Cooper, what are the top notes? Yeah, I'm upset I couldn't go.
My friends were all there. My Lincoln friends were all there.
Did they think he was hilarious and fun and awesome?
Of course they did, because he's hilarious, fun, and awesome.
And I love him.
And
also, you already know this because I told you, but you can't go because it's at a 21 plus club, and I need to buy tickets immediately, if not sooner.
I can get a fake.
And I haven't. Connor Fibula Wood,
oh yeah,
my boyfriend, is going to be in Omaha, and I can get a VIP ticket for $60,
You know who's gonna be in
which is a
Omaha?
lot less than the VIP tickets that Hal and I got for Jake Shane.
You know who's going to be in Omaha?
Who?
Tyler the Creator.
Why aren't you going?
Because money. Because it costs a lot. Also, I don't know. I'm not like a big self-planner for things like that.
True.
I like get brought on to do something like that.
Yeah, and
know?
then
they bring me as a...
And then you end up not going.
Yeah, I didn't go to... that's very unfortunate.
Sorry.
I
I had more fun with Kinsey anyway.
Okay.
Sorry.
Fine.
Sorry.
Fine. Easy.
He did release a live album though, so you can get the experience.
I started donating plasma to generate blood money to pay my various debts.
Yeah? For your car specifically?
Yeah, my car is on its last leg. Or wheel, some might say.
Some may say.
But I'm all for it now. If anyone goes to this as you know, this podcast goes to millions.
And I've always said that.
Anyone goes to a Griffles donation center who's listening to this podcast, say that Andrew Howard was your reference, because I get $50 per person.
Should I start donating plasma?
And that's how this podcast starts turning a profit. We finally monetized it. We figured it out.
We finally got the sponsorship we needed. The plasma center.
But I'm all for it. I'm like... So my biggest hurdle with it is jumped, because I was like, man, it'd be so embarrassing if I passed out. And I haven't passed out, so I just don't think I'm going to pass out anymore. So there you go. Biggest hurdle, gone.
I would probably pass out.
But it started a new era for me, because now I have like more disposable income, and I get to refer to it as my blood money. So pretty happy with that as a whole. I spent it rebuilding my car from the scraps it was. I've had to replace like 5 different things in it recently. Battery alternator. I had to top up the cooling fluid, even though it was midway between min and max. People don't hear me talking about a car. Anyways, just saying that we're up. We're Barack.
Yeah. So true.
Yeah, big fan of that.
Blood
Amen.
money.
Blood money. Yeah, exactly. And so no, I guess my point was that I could use that to spend on going to Tyler the Creator. But it's probably like $200 now for nosebleeds. And like, I'm a fan of Tyler the Creator, but also concerts aren't like entirely my thing. Like, I get it, it's an experience and all that. But I guess I do enjoy them. My first instinct when I'm going to do something is not to just stand in the same place for 3 hours. Even if, no matter how fun whatever else is happening around me, standing in place for 3 hours is not really incredibly excite me. But Tyler the Creator does. So like, I would definitely do it for him if it was Tyler the Creator. Just throw me some free tickets. I know you're listening.
My people will reach out to your people.
Yeah, just give us like a couple of free tickets, backstage passes.
Merch, perhaps even.
And we can make something work. We'll
reach out.
We'll let you come on the podcast if you give us free tickets.
And anyone who comes on the podcast does receive a Yapaholics bracelet.
Yeah, no, that's
made by yours truly.
That's right. That promo is still going on.
So, Rink Mast, if you're listening even perhaps to this, it's been a while.
We've been talking so long about getting a special guest on the podcast.
And it's never happened. Kinsey Durr.
Caleb and Kinsey are two like low-hanging fruits. We can get them instantly.
Kinsey's been on the podcast.
Kinsey has been on the podcast.
And we laugh at it every time.
Before he leaves.
It was a Sans Andrew episode.
Yeah, it was. And we do need to get Caleb on here. I don't even have to be here, really.
Caleb and I are like Bert and Ernie, you know?
Aren't you guys fighting right now?
Are you fighting?
we are fighting.
Is it over the wet spot again?
No, it's not over the wet spot. Even though that was my creative property.
Do you want to explain what that is?
Yeah,
or no?
we are fighting. Oh, yeah, because he has recently started getting into Marvel Rivals, which is the new game everyone's playing. And I don't have a system that's even capable of running it. They blocked my ass off. They said, you are not allowed. Your system's too old. And so now all Caleb does is play video games with his friends that can play and hang out with his girlfriend and work and go to class. And
he has no time for his boyfriend anymore.
No time at all. So, I don't know, like, the foundations are crumbling and we'll probably never even speak to each other again. But that just happens to real yearners like me. So, bring back yearning, bring back 2009, bring back Lady Gaga.
Bring back Barack Obama so I can have a wine night with him.
Bring back my Bonnie to me.
Have you ever heard the SNL skit song "Come Back Barack"?
That's a movie
I watched. And also Jingle Barack.
I watched
both featuring Chance the Rapper.
I watched Saturday Night Live.
The movie?
The movie.
Saturday Night.
Saturday Night. That's right.
Yeah,
I watched Saturday Night, the movie.
Did you like it or hate it?
I liked it. I wish. Sometimes it feels like.
Let me pull up my letterbox.
Sometimes it felt like it was repeating itself. Mm-hmm. But there was a lot of good actors in there. I think they kind of did a good job covering, like, what's the real life, not the actor name, but the real dude, because there's the guy from Ghostbusters, you know what I'm talking about, Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, Dylan O'Brien, who portrays him.
No, I'm talking about the actual people, though, not the actors.
Dan Aykroyd.
And then
Chevy Chase.
I think they did a good job portraying how, while he may initially seem, or might have 30 years ago, 40 years ago, like 40 or 50 years ago, might have seemed like charming, but is actually a terrible person.
Yes.
I think they did a good job with that. I liked, who was the crazy hair, and then he wore the bumblebee costume.
The guy who was... what's his name?
The guy that ran out.
I'm going to look so stupid. But good thing I have my letterbox open.
I think I enjoyed...
John Belushi.
John Belushi. I think I enjoyed him in that movie. But I also do think, like, it was a little unorganized. And
also underwhelming.
A little underwhelming, because, like...
I was very excited for that movie.
Well, because, like... Okay, I get that you can't end a movie on just an episode of Saturday Night, but...
You didn't even get to see any of the sketches.
I don't like that it was purely contained to, like, the 2 hours before Saturday Night first aired. I feel like I would have enjoyed more if there was more, like, story there. Like, the whole time it was the same things. It was, is it going to be ready in time? Are the actors going to actually act? Are they going to get an audience? And... It was like 2 hours of worrying about the same problems. I'm like, man, I just want to see some Saturday Night Live.
Exactly.
Shout out Timothy Chalamet, by the way.
I still haven't watched it.
Musical and special guest host of...
Do you see him in Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl commercial?
I did see that. They just got him doing anything now. He really is the Lisan Al-Gaib. Like, he's, I guess, the god emperor of all actors right now.
I love Timothy Chalamet. He wants that Oscar.
Have you guys seen the Seal Super Bowl commercial?
No.
Well, we can watch it after. My thing about Saturday Night, the guy who played Lorne Michaels, he's also bewitched me to a certain extent. I think he's so key to Patootie. Rachel Sennett, obsessed. I love her.
Great.
The guy who played Chevy Chase, scary how much he looks like him.
That's true.
Same with the guy who played John Belushi. Dylan
O'Brien. And he did have a good energy in that movie. Yeah, the actors all looked spot on.
Oh, yeah. Dylan O'Brien... I've loved him historically. Lamorne Morris, I love him because that's Winston Bishop from New Girl.
Winnie the Bish.
And also, may I add, Cooper Hoffman was in that movie.
Big fan of Cooper Hoffman. He's next up. He's carrying his father's legacy on.
Yes.
He had that moment where you advertisers for the show that doesn't have any advertisers. You know that scene.
Yeah. Nicholas Braun.
He has the sauce. Cooper Hoffman does has the sauce. So.
And also, may I add, well, the appearance from Finn Wolfhard is hilarious. Willem Dafoe in this movie too.
Some might say there's a Hoffessance happening. I think they should just put him in all the roles that his dad played in. Again, they should remake all them.
Oh, like let's remake Twisters.
Let's remake every
Twister?
Philip Seymour Hoffman movie and just keep Cooper Hoffman there. Like different actors, everybody else can be different actors, but just Cooper Hoffman stays the same.
And my favorite part of the movie Saturday Night, Andrew Barth Feldman.
Mm-hmm.
I love Andrew Barth Feldman.
Mm.
He's my beloved.
Yeah,
Do you even know who that is?
Nope. I'm just smiling and nodding.
Have you seen No Hard Feelings?
No.
The one with Jennifer Lawrence?
Yes.
He's the guy in that.
He's the tiny old twig in that movie?
Yeah. I love him.
Who's he play in this movie?
He's the... He's like...
You know who's also in that movie?
In what movie?
In Saturday Night.
Yeah.
The tall guy who they bring in at first, that...
Nicholas Braun?
Yeah, Nicholas
He plays
Braun.
2 different characters?
Yes, he does, because he also plays Jim Henson. He is also in Succession. That's Greg.
Yes. Yeah, he's also in the critically acclaimed Disney Channel original movie, Minutemen.
I'm all for my Succession actors. I think they should all succeed.
What do y'all know about the movie Minutemen on Disney Channel?
Nothing.
They go back in time. It's Nicholas Braun and Jason Dolley, who is, of course, PJ Duncan from Good Luck Charlie, which I did get Michael addicted to that show.
Yeah.
And then also, what's his
2009 is back.
What's his freaking name?
Good Luck Charlie on
Luke
in 2009?
Benward.
Is Good Luck Charlie on in 2009?
Probably.
2009's back.
2009 is so back. I tried to get Michael to watch Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. He was not into it, which is so sad.
That, I could see that.
No, he would love that show. And
Not as much sauce.
I think he would love Sweet Life on Deck specifically, but to get there, you have to watch Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, is the situation that we're currently facing. He also really likes, he's been rewatching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, of course, because he loves that show, even though my mom yells at me for showing that show to him, even though I'm not even the one that showed it to him. It's freaking Connor. That's about it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we're coming up on an hour.
So true. What else do I have to discuss? Oh, I have some concerts I want to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, my first ever celebrity crush ever in the world. Keith Urban is going to be in Omaha in September.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom and I will be there. Have we bought tickets? No. But I was going to tell you this about Tyler, the Creator, because I am somewhat of a concert goer.
Yeah.
And I do know a thing or two about getting tickets.
A thing or two?
A thing or two.
Oh, okay.
You wait until about the week before the concert.
Yeah, I do know.
And then they'll usually be cheaper.
I do know the sauce there. I don't know. It's something to look into. I have some friends that are going actually from Wichita. So maybe I'll just graft myself onto their trip.
So true.
I think they're having a girls trip actually, so I'll just graft myself on.
Well, it's a Queen Out.
Girls trip and Andrew.
Every Queen Out we've ever had.
Mm-hmm. Not true.
Not true. We had a Queen Out on Saturday and you weren't there. Anyway.
On Saturday night.
On Saturday night, one may say.
Like the movie.
Like the movie and that show that's live sometimes.
So true.
I also really want to go to an artist known as Role Model, previously Mr. Emmett Chamberlain, except they are not dating anymore, in Denver. And also, this is not a concert I want to go to, even though he has a new show that I do want to go to, but a concert that I saw last year that I never got the chance to talk about. Hosier. Don't you dare even say it, Andrew Howard.
Hosier. But
no.
Is this a double length episode? Because I feel
how long have we actually been recording?
53 minutes.
53 minutes. I can contain this.
You got, hey Siri, set a timer for 7 minutes.
Hosier, my Irish king. I love him.
Segment done.
It's
not segment done. Hallie, you can chime in for this because you were also there. It was magical. He sounds, dare I say, better in person.
Also,
that's hard to do.
He was sick.
He was sick.
And I don't think I've ever heard him sound better.
Here's my thing, is I didn't know every song that was playing.
Not a true fan.
Well, I am now because I after the months after, I only listen to his music practically.
Like, okay, mind you, I love
him
so much.
I don't
Just
understand.
like Greta Van Fleet, you cannot understand what he's saying half
You-
the time.
And
I'm
even
glad
if
we can at least admit that.
and even if you look at the lyrics, I usually can't comprehend them anyway. So there's that.
It's something about him being a god on Earth.
Yeah. And
I
I'm
don't
obsessed
know.
with him. And he's gonna be playing some more shows over the summer, and I think I'm probably gonna go to one of them for
There's
sure.
something about you guys like idolizing this man, and then I look up and he's got the red and the green, and he's
Okay.
on the vision board.
Well,
And
he looks like Jesus on the vision
But
board.
he's literally
he kind of
Also,
looks
and
like
he's so
we
hot.
would
And
be wrong to not mention Allison Russell.
Allison Russell,
he looks
his
like if
opening
you,
act slays, and she's currently on Broadway.
He looks
Love
like
her.
if you combine the faces of Rhett and Link.
Don't say that.
I don't know. That's just
I'm
my
not
own.
standing for. I think we could have put a better picture of Hosier up there.
You're the one that sent me that.
No, oh, you're the one that said, "Oh, let's just use the one of him on Spotify," and I said, "Okay," and I found it, and I'll find a better picture. My thing about Hosier, he's everything to me,
Uh-huh.
and Unreal on Earth is the fact that and Too Sweet did not get nominated for a single Grammy this year is
I take my whiskey
exactly.
sweet.
That's not neat.
It's not the name of the song though. It's
You're
not too neat.
well because then
You're
he
too
says
sweet
you're
for
too
me."
sweet for me.
Didn't even get that
We
far.
could break down the lyrics, but we'd be here.
But we
forever.
can't. Anyway,
Would you
and
be here
I love
for
him,
4
and
minutes and
I
48
am
seconds?
currently planning a tattoo, perhaps, that pays homage to both Hosier and Eternal Sunshine of the
I can't
Spotless
get a
Mind,
tattoo anymore.
and also After Sun. Oh, because of your plasma and your blood money?
Because that would take away a stream of income for me.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay, you didn't have the money to get a tattoo.
You didn't have the money to
anyway.
get a tattoo anyway.
No, you know, well, who's pocket watching?
Anyway,
You know how much stick and poke costs?
$5.
You know, Mavi
$0
almost-
if you get it in Randall Hall.
Mavi
So true.
suggested that I could use her henna, so I could just become a henna girly.
Well, you could henna your smiley faces onto your hands.
I think if I was gonna henna, doing a smiley face would be almost disrespectful.
You definitely would want to.
You'd want
I have
to
to
expand on it.
I have to adopt the art fully.
All right. You
Oh,
want
okay.
to celebrate the rich culture of.
I just want my hands to look really cool.
Have you never done henna before?
No.
Oh.
I feel like it's kind of like a normal thing to have not done.
Well, you're very esoteric and in search
That's
of
true,
esotericness,
okay.
so
Minus
I've done
aura
henna
points.
multiple times.
I've lost aura points.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
something about me, I knew that because I can detect aura immediately.
She's got an aurometer.
Yeah, and might I say, I didn't detect it on you, so
Now
there's that. In fact, you were a little off-putting at first.
I've been read like a bug.
Because
Everybody says that.
something about Andrew Howard that really was very off-putting to me at first is he would not stop talking about how much he loved the Barbie movie, and I couldn't tell if it was in a real or fake way.
What? Was this a thing I did?
Yes.
I don't know if this is a thing I did.
Yeah.
I
'Cause-
think maybe I mentioned it twice, and now
No, because fun fact about me is the first time Andrew Howard ever went on rounds learning how to be an RA, I was the one who took him on rounds.
I was probably like maybe days after I'd first seen the Barbie movie.
Yeah, and I was talking about it because it was my floor theme
It's a great
last
movie.
year. And he brought it up at least 5 times, and then because Taylor hadn't seen it, and Taylor was going on rounds too,
Mm.
and he was like, "Yeah, we should probably all go see that together."
I think you could say anything that I have said, and due to my poor memory, I'd just be like,
And
well,
something about me is I have a great memory.
So okay, I'm being gaslit right now.
No, gaslighting
Nah.
isn't real.
Yeah, okay. All right, go boss.
You're gonna look me, a woman, in the eye and tell me that I'm wrong.
Quick, gatekeep something real quick, and we can do the Holy Trinity.
Well, a lot of the things that I like, you don't like anyway, so it's hard to gatekeep it. You know what I mean?
Mm. Do you know there? Apparently, there's a new Indian food place in town.
Well, that's great for you.
I won't tell you where it is because
Okay.
I'm gatekeeping.
Okay, well, I'll gatekeep other movies that I wanted to share with you,
Okay.
including, let's see. Oh,
Guess what?
I have
didn't
a
even tell
movie.
you that there's an Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind too. That's even better. I didn't tell you.
okay. I have a movie night list. Hold on. Is there anything else I need to mention? Well, How much time do we have?
A minute and 30 seconds.
A minute and 30 seconds. Let me tell a story that would have probably been told if we had been recording the podcast last semester, except last semester was kind of a dumpster fire. Andrew Howard and I went to a football game in Lincoln. A Lincoln football game, as one may say. In other words, a Nebraska football game.
And they won.
And they freaking won. And on the way back, I don't know how the subject of the TV show Glee came up. This is just a short story.
And a half.
A short story, and then this is a lead up into next week's episode where we can talk about it.
Oh, so this is the
teaser.
This is the bite for the next.
Yeah, guys. So I don't know how the concept of Glee got brought up, and you may have guessed by the amount of times I've mentioned it.
Megan's a little bit of a gleek.
I'm a gleek. I'm a Glee head, and I love that show. It's so awful, and I love every second of it. And Andrew has never seen it.
I don't know if I've ever seen anything of that show that's short of perfect.
Exactly. And Andrew refuses to watch the entire thing because he'll end up hating it if he watches it the entire thing.
I feel like it's so mystical to me right now.
I've come to accept that. And so the way that Andrew sees Glee is he sees out of context clips on TikTok and maybe YouTube if we decide to search it. And one of his favorite, you love the scene of Brittany thinking she's pregnant because a stork is building a nest outside of her window. I'm not stupid. It's obviously getting ready to bring me my baby.
We can't get too many of the good bits or literally won't want to tune in next week.
But then your other favorite bit was...
Asian Camp
was Artie trying to get back. Artie wants to be on the football team, and something about Glee is Artie is a teen boy with glasses in a wheelchair, and he wants to be on the football team to win back his ex-girlfriend Tina, who is an Asian teen who previously faked a stutter. And so he wants to be on the football team, and he's like, think about it, I could be like a battering ram, whatever. And he's gaslighting Finn because Finn is an idiot, and I love him so much. And so Andrew was like, why does he want to get her back? Like, how did they break up? And I said, oh, well, they were dating and then they broke up. And then she starts dating Mike Chang, who is, of course, on the football team. So he already wants to be on the football team to be like more like Mike Chang. And Tina and Mike Chang, they started dating at Asian camp. And that's all I said. And he laughed for about 3 minutes.
Well, it's because, in the context of this episode, you have, this was building up to something that was funny.
Yeah.
I was sitting in the car.
In the passenger seat.
After...
It's 10:30 at night also.
After having spent the last 7 hours with Reagan Williams talking about whatever.
And also my dad.
Having spent at least the last 30 minutes just talking about Glee.
Yeah.
And then, in that moment, out of nowhere, I get hit with Asian Camp, which is just a preposterous idea. Because what does that even entail?
Yeah, it's a great question. So, all of us would like to know.
Tune in next week to find
out what Asian Camp means. And I did compile a list of ridiculous Glee plot lines, and I'm going to read them to Andrew Howard.
Yeah, I cannot wait.
And see what he thinks.
It's been too long since I've had a couple of Glee plot lines done to me.
Yeah, and they're really great. Anyway, and with that, we bid you adieu.
Bye, Gleeks.
Bye, Gleeks.
Bye.
This has been an episode of Yapaholics Anonymous with your co-hosts Reagan and Andrew.
If you enjoyed listening to this episode, share with your friends and follow us on Instagram at Yapaholics Podcast.